Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are looking at any messages, guidance, words that want to be communicated to you by your heart. So this is a watercolor timeless reading and I will be painting the energies of your heart as I have done here. You'll watch me paint your heart in your reading when you click on it. But I wanted to do this reading because a lot of the time, whatever trauma or pain you go through, any negative emotions you go through, sometimes can get trapped in the cells, in the tissues of the heart, like literally, right? I'm speaking about your heart inside the body. I'm not speaking about a metaphorical one. So I wanted to do this reading. So hopefully this reading will help you purge that energy out. If that's what's needed, and will also channel messages from your heart and everything that your heart wants to communicate with you. So we have 3 hearts to choose from today. This will be heart number 1 or pile number 1. Allow yourself to be drawn to the colors because the shape is the same for each. This is heart number 1. This will be 2, group number 2, heart number 2. And this will be 3, heart number 3 or group number 3. If you are a Scorpio, you might be drawn to this one. Now, I filmed all of the readings before I filmed the intro, which is why your hearts are colored, but I actually prepared 3 hearts with just the outline as you'll see in the reading, and then I painted, and as I was painting I channel messages for you. So because this is a watercolor reading, so hopefully you'll enjoy the process. I definitely enjoyed it. For pile number 3, it was really quiet, like there was a quiet and serene energy almost, so there wasn't much that was going on. And but yeah, I won't ruin the surprise for you. Go ahead and pick your piles and you can watch your reading there, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello my loves, if you chose pile number 1 or heart number 1, your group 1, this is going to be your reading. I can feel a lot of yours energy. You guys are wondering why this is a blank heart. It's because I'm going to paint it with you. So I'm going to be painting the energy as you watch this reading. And I'm going to be channeling messages from the water and the watercolors. If you are here for the first time on my channel, I am an intuitive artist, which is why I use my watercolors and my connection with water as my medium of divination. So that is why you're seeing a blank heart. In the intro, you must have seen a full colored heart, but we are going to start off painting. Pile number 1, spirit guide, angels, ancestors, light beings that have good intentions for pile number 1. Please tap me into the energies of their hearts and anything their heart wants to communicate with them. For some of you, I'm feeling that you guys are right now carrying a lot of stress. Like, I'm feeling the tissues of your heart carrying a lot of stress. And I'm feeling that your heart wants you to let it go, but maybe you don't know how. Maybe you suffer from chest pains, or the tissues of your heart and the cells of your heart feels very constricted to me, like they're trying really, really hard to keep the life going and keep everything in order. And I feel like you have not been giving credit to your heart. The first thing your heart is saying is that I have been working really hard. I am working so hard. Why do you keep choosing people that don't honor me? Why do you keep being with people that don't honor you? I have so much love within myself to give, and you do too. So why pretend that we are built for situationships when we are not? Why stay in relationships that do us more harm than good? Now for you, this is very interesting to me that I'm channeling straight as if your heart wants to speak with you. So I feel that your heart has been desperately trying to get your attention, but I feel like it has not been successful. And I can feel the gratitude from your heart. It's almost as if it's saying to me that I'm thankful that I did this reading, because you probably would not have paid attention if it wasn't for this reading. Your heart also wants to say that romance is in the future for you. The ideal relationship that you wish for, that is what is coming for you. And I feel like I can almost feel your energy being like, that's not going to happen for me. Like, that's not happening for me. And I feel like you have become almost skeptical, I want to say, of finding your soulmate, or knowing that you have a person who's going to love you. Because if you have just been with toxic people, it's going to be hard for you to believe, of course. But that doesn't mean that it's not true, because you are going to have the romance and the life of your dreams. That's what I'm hearing for you, pile number one. But I feel like it's almost like I'm hearing that you're very reclusive and you have been very you're keeping your heart like behind walls, you know, and your heart understands that. It knows why you're doing that. It understands it. I feel like your heart is so understanding of all of your decisions. Like, your heart is not holding it against you, because your heart is saying that I know that you're doing this to protect me. I know that you keep me behind walls to protect me. But do you realize that this is just another form of imprisonment that you're subjecting me to? Eight, as I said that. I feel like maybe some of you didn't receive love as when you were children, or maybe you had like a parent who always favored the other sibling, and I feel like for whatever reason, the people that were around you, the authoritative figures in your life, they loved you very conditionally. So it wasn't a love that was unconditional, it was very conditional. And I feel like somewhere you refuse to kind of change or mold yourself, right? And that became like a point of conflict for these people, or they will, you know, they might have tried to like fight with you or make you the center of problems just because they were projecting it on you. Because they would have reacted to you like, oh my god, pile number one is such a problematic child, you know. Why is pile number one like this? Like they might have made you feel like there was something wrong with you, like there was something wrong with your heart. But your heart is saying that there was nothing wrong with you ever, never. These people just wanted to, like, they don't have good intentions for you. Like, your heart is saying that there could be, for some of you, there is still somebody in your life that is like this. But for some of you, I'm feeling that this person might have already left, and they did not have the best intentions for you. There was an adult figure that wanted to bring you down. If you are a daughter, this could have been a father figure who wanted to always bring you down, and like he didn't want to see you shine. Or it could have been a jealous mother. If you are a boy watching this and you had like a father who was extremely oppressive, then he would never give you the validation that you wanted, because he never wanted you to feel strong. Like, he wanted to emasculate you. He didn't want you to feel happy within yourself. God, this is really like not good. I'm so sorry, pile number one, that this happened to you. I just heard narcissistic. So for some of you, this person, this authoritative figure was straight up narcissistic, and you cannot trust this person with your heart. You cannot trust this person with your heart. It can be very hard to detect, especially if you're in a family situation. It can be hard to detect, because no child is ever going to look at their own parent and be like, you know what, like, you are the problem, not me, right? But your heart is here saying that, listen, there was nothing wrong with you ever. So why do you live like this? You know? And I feel like that's what your heart wants to say. I feel like your heart could have been bleeding because some paint just kind of left the boundary. going to flip it over and paint the top. Your heart wants to speak to you like this, so I'm just going to channel, okay? Why do you not understand that these people do not have the best interests in your heart, in their heart? Why do you not understand that these people do not have your best interest? They are not capable of taking your best interests as part of their best interests. They are going to betray you. No matter how much you try to give them, they are not going to be happy with what you give. No matter how much you sacrifice, no matter what parts of yourself you forgive, forget, no matter what parts of yourself you reject, they will never be happy, because a narcissistic person, toxic people around you, they'll never be happy with who I am. I am meaning the heart, your heart. You need to leave this place. You need to leave this room. You need to get out and know that there's people out there who will give you the love that you deserve, rightfully so. But you're not going to be able to find them if you sit here in this room. I am here waiting for you to choose me. So do not choose those people over me. Do not choose those people over me. They do not love you. I love you. I am your heart. And I love you. Don't you know that I can never be against you? I am always waiting for you. I am waiting for you to choose me. I know it is difficult for you. I know it is difficult. I'm not saying that it will be easy to leave these people, to let these people go. But here is the question that I, your heart, wants you to ask yourself. Is it worth it in the long run to lose me and to lose yourself, to please other people, to get love, to get some safety? Is it really worth it? I I hope you see that it is not worth it. It's really not worth your peace. Stop letting them have power over you or me. Do not let them control you. Do not let them think that I am your weakness, because I am not. Here I am always bleeding for you. So why have you not chosen me? Why have you not chosen me? Okay, I'm going to take just a tiny break from painting. I just want to keep my hands free and just channel anything else. They're speaking to you directly. Your heart, I don't know why I'm using the pronoun they, but your heart is speaking to you directly. So I'm just going to directly channel, because it's like they want to say a lot, but maybe you have not. It's like there is a wall between you and your heart, and I feel like the reason why you built this wall is because you realize that you need to protect your heart, you need to protect your vulnerability. But the problem is, when you build a wall between you and your heart, between your heart and the world and its people, the outside also cannot access the inside cannot access the outside. So it's like the more connection you lost with other people so as to protect yourself and prevent yourself from getting hurt, the more it prevents you from connecting to your heart as well. And your heart is almost like on the verge of tears. I feel like they really, really want you to just connect back and come back to it, whatever that means to you. Right now, it would be beneficial for you to do any heart chakra meditations. It would be beneficial for you to here is what I'm seeing. I'll show you what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing a person in a quiet room with comfortable temperature, and this person is sitting down and keep your hands like this over your heart, right? Over your chest, and connect back to your heart and ask yourself, like, what do you think is best for both of us? Talk to your heart as if your heart was a friend, you know. And I feel like because there's too much and all of it is coming in one stream, and for each of you it's going to be different. So I'm not being shown any specific sentences to say, but your heart is saying that you need to learn how to connect to your heart. And in order to do that, you must look at your heart and feel your heart as if it was a real person, because it is real. It is real. You need to take, you need to take the time to understand. You see how I just kind of, because I ate food, but it's been a while since I ate food, so I don't know why that happened. Interesting. I'm feeling that at this moment in time, if you have clicked on this reading, it is imperative for you to connect back with your heart. Like, that is what I'm hearing. I keep hearing that again and again. I know the message is being repeated, but I feel like your heart just has a lot to say to you. And of course, every single person who's watching pile number 1 right now is going to be different, right? So I feel like there are no general messages left as such that I can channel, and your heart wants to directly communicate with you. It's like your heart is just exhausted from being behind the walls and being behind the curtain, and being made to feel as if the wisdom that your heart holds, or the empathy or the love that your heart holds, is not enough. I'm seeing the walls kind of fall down. Now I'm seeing a glow. I'm seeing your heart shine. Like, I'm seeing a light coming from the behind, and your heart is shining. Your heart is in the spotlight. Wow, pile number 1, your heart is so beautiful, and your heart has so much energy and so much radiance. Maybe you're a fire sign. It's like, I'm just feeling that this heart belongs to a person who has a will of fire, who has determination in their bones, you know, who are stubborn, who will not give up on their goals. It's like your heart is saying, I am not weak. Like, I am your strength. I am the reason you don't give up on what you want. So how dare you mistreat me? How dare you try to put me behind a wall? I am going to be the key to your success. I'm going to lead you to your divine purpose. I'm going to lead you in a divine direction. You have to detour right now. You have to detour. If you have been thinking of changing your career or switching something or moving to a different place, some kind of energetic shift, if you have been thinking, and that thing has been on your mind recently, and you have been scared of taking that final step, I feel like your heart wants to say, listen. Listen to me. Listen to me, because I am always here for you, but you listen to other people. Isn't it time? Isn't it time that you listened to what I have to say, and not what other people expect of you? Pile number 1, there is this process called the connection process, right? And there's a book on this by Teal Swan, right? And she has one of the first processes that she teaches in the book is how to connect back with your own heart, like how to connect back with your own heart. Now, if I can, I'll try to leave some kind of link, or if she has any videos about that, because I've done those processes myself. If you want, you can check those out. Maybe it'll help you. I'm speaking from personal experience once again. This is not sponsored. Like, I don't think she knows me, but I just feel like she's one of the most advanced and beautiful inside spiritual teachers of our time, and her wisdom, her divine feminine wisdom, because heart, you know, being in touch, like being responsible for emotions, I feel like it might be something that helps you out a lot. Pile number 1, my heart number 1. I have to say, it is such an honor to even hold your heart in my hand. Like, when I hold it, I can feel the weight. You have been carrying the weight, like it feels heavy. When I hold it, it feels heavy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your heart was like, don't just like do this to me. Oh, your heart is so cute. It's just like, you can't just keep doing this and this. It's disorienting. And that's why I was apologizing. Yes, I'm so sorry, pile number 1's heart. You do deserve better. It's like your heart is just tired of being mistreated, you know? And I feel like if you don't think your heart is powerful, your heart is the greatest power you could have. And that is what your heart is here to tell you today. Your heart is the greatest power you could have. And it is time that you got back in touch with it, pile number 1. So I think this is all I have to say. This is all I have to channel. I'm going to hold it close so you can see how the painting turned out. You can take a screenshot of this and put this as a wallpaper. If you want any high-res images of any of the heart paintings, you can just send me an email and just write in the subject like, I would like the energy painting of my heart along with your pile number, and I'll send it to you for free. Okay? And you can keep it as a wallpaper, as anything, like wherever you will see it a lot with your eyes, so that you automatically directly connect again and again to your own heart. Like the painting, the energy painting, because it holds the frequency of your heart, it will allow you to connect back with your heart. And one day, hopefully, you won't need the painting, this painting. So, okay, this was at pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. The sun has come out again and it's literally shining in my eyes because I'm sitting near the window. So I feel like the sun is going to come back in your life. Brightness and positivity and optimism is going to come back into your life. So please do not worry. Please do not get sucked into the negative emotions or the negative thinking, the downward spiral of negative thoughts and negative frequency. Do not get sucked into it. At least protect yourself from that. The rest of the work your heart will do, but protect yourself from getting sucked into negative frequencies. All right, pile number 1. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you enjoyed this watercolor reading. I take the time to thank your divine heart for coming here today and helping me channel all of these messages. I thank you, pile number 1, for stopping by. If you want to book a personal reading with me, or if you want to purchase any limited edition readings, you can reach out to me on 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮 𝓛𝓸𝓿𝓮@gmail.com. That's my email ID. That's the only way I take personal readings. That's the only way to contact me. So you can reach out to me via that. And I would just like to thank you for being brave enough for clicking on this reading and listening to what your heart had to say, because I did feel that it was triggering maybe for you to hear it, or it was a little bit upsetting because maybe at this time you were not ready to hear it, but it was necessary. And your heart also wants to thank you for being there for it. And I also want to thank you and commend you for being brave enough to listen to all the reading through and through. So that's it, my dear pile number 1s. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I cherish you, I love you, and as always, I wish you the best on your journey. I hope you have a lovely week. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose heart number 2 or group number 2, pile number 2, this is going to be your reading to my group 2s. I'm getting as soon as I was about to start your reading, I just took like a 1-minute break just to prepare and clean everything. And I was feeling that your energy is very different to pile number 1. I feel like you guys have worked on yourself a lot, and I'm getting like a very glowing, optimistic energy. Like when I try to get inside your heart, I don't feel that there are any blockages. Like I'm just being taken inside you, and I'm being taken inside your heart, and I'm seeing that I'm almost like surrounded by crystal mirrors, and there's light reflecting off of every surface that I'm seeing around me, and there's just a lot of glow. There is a lot of glow in your heart, pile number 2. Maybe some of you, I don't know, maybe this is something that you hear from people. Of course, you're not going to hear this from jealous people that are jealous of you, but you might hear that if you are not conventionally attractive, you are perceived as highly beautiful and attractive or handsome by people. And I feel like the beauty that other people are recognizing, or other people are seeing, other people are witnessing, is because of your heart. pile number 2. And I feel like you are the kind of person, you could be like Sagittarius. I'm just being taken to that zodiac sign, but you could have that energy, because Sagittarius people are always looking towards the brighter side. Sagittarius is a fire sign, so they do not let anybody define them. They do not let anybody put them down. A very famous Sagittarius, of course, is our Taylor Swift. So I'm being taken to that. And you know how she has kind of reinvented herself over the years again and again and again. And if you listen to her albums, like, all of them are different from each other in a way. Like, the themes are different. She sings about different things. So I feel like that's how it is for you as well. Like, I'm just being taken to a lot of glow, and there's just so much. You could also be a Leo, because I'm seeing that, I don't know how, like, glow is the word that's just coming to me. Glow, glow. You shine, pile number 2. You really shine. I'm seeing that some of the people that are close to you or used to be close to you could have been jealous of this trait, that you glow so hard, pile number 2. And you don't have to pay attention to that, pile number 2. You really don't. Because if they are jealous of you, it's their problem, not yours. When I was tapping into your heart and I asked Spirit, you know, what colors do you want me to do? And they were like, they just took my eyes to the palette and they just showed me a bunch of colors. And I was like, wait a second, like, I'm channeling like a very positive, optimistic, happy person. I feel like you're very connected to your heart. Maybe you are creative in some way, so you are part of my soul family, or you've already subscribed to my channel. Like, I'm feeling that some of you could have just been like, I'm getting that you're old, in the sense that you're not old age wise, but you have been here for a long time. So you're like a long time old, like, friend, you know. And I feel that you guys know what's up. Like, you guys are well aware of my creative and watercolor readings. So that's one thing that you might have just clicked on this reading out of curiosity and been like, that's an interesting reading. Like, what is that about? And here we are. Because that's what I'm feeling for you. Any messages, please? I feel like there aren't many messages. Your heart is not, coming out to say anything specific. I feel like your heart has a very visual language, and it's not giving me words. It's giving me things to look at, or like, it will take me to certain things, like a disco ball or a spotlight shining on it. Like, it's taking me to rooms and spaces in my mind. And for pile number 1, I was channeling directly, right? But for you, I'm feeling that it's a lot to do with almost, your heart has a very visual language or very feeling language, and I feel like that's a good thing, because you could be somebody who, firstly, I feel like you're very connected to your heart. So I feel that you are always listening to your heart for guidance. I don't feel that there is a lot of disconnect or disagreement between you and your heart. I do feel that there's a lot of connection here. You don't need to watch this reading, pile number 2. That's what I feel. But if you clicked on it, then I'm sure that I hope that it's helpful to you in some way. But if this is not resonating so far, this might not be a pile. You might want to pick another pile, but so far I'm getting that you are you're very connected to your heart, and there's not specific images that's coming, there's not specific words that's coming to me. I see that you might be somebody who's meditative or somebody who's very much into spirituality. You're deeply connected to your heart. If you are a divine feminine watching this, or you have divine feminine energy in your chart or within yourself, or if you're a female with a lot of divine feminine energy, I see that the kind of mother you're going to be the kind of mother that allows your child to shine, you know, like, excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. But you're going to allow your child to shine and to take up space, and you're going to allow your child to have its own identity. You know what I mean? Like, you are not going to be the kind of parent who pushes their own agenda, who pushes their own like beliefs or morals or virtues. I feel like if you identify with a certain religion, you won't even push that religion on your child. Like, that's what I'm feeling. It's like absolute freedom to your child. There's almost this feeling of like you wanting your child to be with a clean slate. Like, you understand that a child is pure source energy, and I feel like somewhere you are very connected to your inner child, and so you're looking at your physical child in the future, or if you are a mother already, or if you're not a mother, then the future child. If you already are a mother, then this applies to you now. You're looking at your child almost in a way of like, this is pure source energy, and I don't want to taint this in any way. Like, I don't want to teach or impose or contaminate or mold the mind of this beautiful child, because this beautiful child has its own identity, has its own tendencies, has its own purpose, has its own values, right? Has its own dislikes, likes, things that the child's heart will be more in alignment. And I'm seeing that your heart is so in alignment with you. Like, I'm seeing no discrepancies. I'm not seeing any disagreements. You are very good at listening to your heart. You're highly empathetic. You also have great boundaries. You're not a pushover either, pile number 2. I'm feeling that there's a certain strength to you, and there's a certain radiance to you. And I feel like people cannot pinpoint it exactly why you're shining so much, because if you're somebody who's not conventionally attractive, and other people, like jealous people, are watching you, and they'll be like, God, like, what does she see in him, you know, looking at you? Or they might be like, what does he see in pile number 2? Pile number 2 is not that beautiful. Like, I'm getting like some kind of jealous girls and jealous guys looking at you, but they don't understand because they don't have your heart, right? That's why they don't get it. You couldn't possibly compete. Like, nobody can compete with your heart, pile number 2. If you had an ex that left you for somebody else, they miss you because your heart was so beautiful. They miss you because it's like I hear them thinking like, nobody could have loved me the way you loved me. Like, that's what I'm hearing, pile number 2. This is such a beautiful energy that's coming through. I was not expecting this at all. What else? I'm just having fun channeling you guys. Having so much fun channeling you guys. Pile number 2. I don't know who you are, but I'm so grateful to have you. I just heard some of you think like, we are grateful to have you too, Mystique. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Yeah, this ex person, now I don't want to get too much into this ex's energy because that's not what this reading is about, but I'm just getting that they miss you a lot. They do miss you a lot. Pile number 2. I don't know, like they feel like you did some kind of magic on them even though you didn't. I know, like your heart is just beautiful, you know, it's magical, so of course they feel that way. But this person, this ex is like, what magic did you do to me, pile number 2? Like, what did pile number 2 do to me? I cannot get over pile number 2. Now I'm feeling that this person has a lot of ego, so they might not communicate or, you know, tell you that they're still in love with you, but they are. They are. They are madly in love with you even today, but they're never going to tell you because they just have too much pride. And I feel like this could have been the reason for breakup. Maybe they didn't want to communicate, they didn't want to be vulnerable. And I see that you are somebody who's very vulnerable and you didn't want to be with somebody who was not capable of showing their heart, you know, bearing their heart, bearing their soul to you. And it was like, why am I here? You know, like, you're making me feel redundant, you're making me feel inconsequential, you're making me feel like I'm not important, and that's not true, so I'm going to walk away. And I feel like it was your decision to walk away. For some of you, it could have been their decision to walk away and you didn't realize at that time it was toxic, but now you know that that's the best thing that could have happened to you. Pile number 2. I didn't do this step, this coloring of the veins. And the arteries over the heart, but I was just told to do it for you, so I'm doing it for you. Pile number 2. Sometimes in this art readings, like, the instructions will be so specific and so clear that it's like, okay, I'll do exactly as you say. You know, and you have to obey because, and it's for the best, obviously. Pile number 2, your heart looks so beautiful so far. If you want to keep this image as a wallpaper, or if you want the channeled, the high-res image of this, you guys can just email me and let me know which pile number you are and say that you want the high-resolution picture of your pile, and I'll send it to you for free. I want you guys to be connected to always just remain this beautiful, you know, and let nobody tell you that you aren't beautiful. That was such a thing. Like, have you guys heard of that song by Eminem? Don't let them say you're not beautiful. That's what I'm hearing for you. Pile number 2. Maybe there's a lot of people that try to like talk shit behind your back. Your heart has a funny way of communicating. It gave me a song. It's a beautiful way of communicating, of course. Your heart is also expressing its gratitude for you, like always being connected to it. In a world where being empathetic is so dangerous, you wear your heart on your sleeve and you're really brave. You're really brave. You didn't cage your heart. You didn't hide your heart away. You're not ashamed of your heart. You're not ashamed of your feelings. You're not ashamed of negative emotions. You're not ashamed. It's like I'm not getting that there's any fear inside you. Whenever a negative emotion comes, it's like you have a good relationship with pain, and you'll take the time to feel, you'll take the time to heal, you know. But you realize that the only way to do it really is to allow yourself to feel everything deeply. And even though that's not something that's easy, I feel like you do it like a champ. Pile number 2. So I think I'm done. They're not giving me anything else, so I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm going to channel some more messages for you, and let's see. I feel like you're somebody who's very persistent, who doesn't give up. You're somebody in love. You're somebody who will never give up on your person. It's like once mine, forever mine kind of mentality that you have. Like, you're very loyal and your heart is set on one person. Like, once you give your heart to one person, it's like your heart belongs to them. I mean this in a positive way and in the good way. So it's like no matter who tries to get your attention after that, if you're loyal, you're loyal. You know, you'll be loyal to that person only. And I feel like maybe you were dealing with some infidelity in your past relationships, or you were cheated on. Something bad happened to you, pile number 2. Like, somebody did something bad to you. And I'm just feeling that it's in the past, so of course you've moved on, you know, you're done with that phase. But I'm being taken to that energy briefly, and it's like your heart really values how you went through that breakup or that phase, because a lot of people deal with negative emotions in a negative way or in a dysfunctional way. Like, we're not taught how to feel pain. We are not taught how to deal with pain or what to do when you're suffering inside, right? It's like we know how to do things in the physical world or how to make money and stuff, but when it comes to our emotions, when it comes to our heart, there's almost like a blind spot. There's an emotional blindness, and we live in a world where feeling is so dangerous, being empathetic is so dangerous. And here you are listening to your heart, and I'm seeing that your heart is full rigor. Like, if you didn't know, your heart is very healthy, pile number 2. And I'm seeing like the muscles of your heart are very strong. I just heard the word pericardium and 𝒴𝓨 𝓛𝓸𝓿, which are like the actual structures in the heart. The pericardium is the external lining. I think it's made of epithelial tissue. It protects the heart, right? And there are 3 layers actually, but the pericardium, I think, is the outermost one, if I am recollecting correctly. Then the 𝒴𝓨 𝓛𝓸𝓿𝓮 are actually the inside muscles of the heart. That so you know that the human heart has 4 chambers, right? And it contracts, relaxes, and that's how the blood is pumped, right? So you have the deoxygenated blood being flowed in, and then when you breathe in, the oxygen gets mixed in with the oxygen, and that blood is pushed out of the heart towards all of the organs in the body, right? So I'm feeling that your heart is very healthy. Like, I was just taken to the whole process of it, and I'm feeling that your heart is very healthy. It's in a very good condition. Like, you will probably never suffer from any kind of heart attacks, myocardial infarctions, they are called. You will never suffer from something like that. Like, you will never have some kind of issues with your heart as long as your heart is open, right? There's always a psychological or an emotional cause for a physical disease, because that emotion is going to manifest physically, and that's how diseases come to life, right? Because it's like your body is asking you to pay attention to it because you have not been focusing when it was just in your mind or it was just a feeling. And I feel like you do such a good job of keeping yourself emotionally healthy. Like, I feel like you guys are one of the most emotionally healthy people that I have channeled. I don't know who you are, pile number 2, but you are one of the most emotionally healthy people I have channeled here. And I'm so glad to have you, pile number 2. Your energy is so beautiful to be in. And I'm just feeling that you guys will take the time and do what your heart says. And sometimes in your life, it involved going against some people, or probably against your parents. I feel like some of you are students and you're like, your parents are forcing you to, you know, like, go become a doctor or something, and you're like, no, I don't want that. That's not for me. I am a creative. I want to do something creative. I'm getting like a Page of Cups energy. There's definitely some creativity, something to do with music, something to do with art, something to do with... There's some kind of creative energy inside you that is waiting to be expressed to the world. It's just waiting. It's just waiting. And you're so beautiful, pile number 2. Like, that creative energy is so beautiful. It's waiting to be manifested in the physical. It's waiting for you to express it, to choose it. And I feel like you're on the verge of decision, or some of you have already made that decision, and you're like, you know, you question, like, is this the best path for me? Did I do the right thing by not listening to, you know, these people, to my parents? Like, I know I chose a creative path. Will I be able to make the money? The answer is yes. You're going to be very financially independent. Like, I'm seeing a lot of finances pouring in before the end of 2023. So that's also a channel message I'm getting for you, pile number 2. You're going to get a lot of abundance before the end of 2023, of course, in your whole life. But I was just shown the month of December 2023. So there's going to be a lot of manifestations that pour in, but a lot of financial abundance in particular, and money. I'm seeing money flowing in your bank account in particular. So you're going to have a lot of money by the end of 2023. If there was something that you wanted to buy, like a camera, or like something to do with your creativity, you know, but it was expensive, or you thought that, oh, I don't have the budget for that, you know, how am I going to pay for it? This is it. This is it, pile number 2. Like, you're going to be able to afford that thing very easily. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. You're going to be able to afford whatever it is expensive, you know, you thought it was expensive. You're going to be able to buy it very easily. This was such a magnificent energy to be in, pile number 2. This is what your heart looks like. If you want you can take a screenshot right here. If you want a high resolution image for free, you can just reach out to me on 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮28@gmail.com, and I'll send you a high resolution picture of your heart. Just write down your pile number and I will send you your heart, the image of your heart, for free, so that you can keep it as a wallpaper, or you can keep it somewhere that you love, you know, to be always connected to it. Not that you need it, pile number 2. You definitely don't, because I see that you already are very connected. You already are in a divine, almost like a marriage with your own heart and your self-love, and you've done a lot of work on yourself, I can tell, pile number 2, and I'm happy to see that, pile number 2. It was such an honor to do this reading. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that, in case you were interested, some of you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, or if you want to buy a limited edition reading, you can do so also on the same email address, which is 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮28@gmail.com. I'm going to hold up what your heart looks like so you can get all of the details. This is what it looks like, pile number 2. This is your heart. And now I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you, I value you, and I love you, and I wish you a happy week and a happy life. Goodbye, pile number 2. I also thank the channeled painting, the sacred water, the watercolors, and all of your spirit guides and the energy of your heart for being with me and allowing me to channel. Yeah, goodbye, pile number 2. It was an honor knowing you and channeling for you. Bye. Hello and welcome, my loves. If you chose pile number 3 or heart 3, this is going to be your reading. I'm feeling that some of you are wondering like what's going on here and why this is a blank heart. It's because I'm going to paint while I tap into your energy. I'm an intuitive artist, and my method of divination is primarily through watercolors and water and my connection with water. So that's what I'm doing for you, pile number 3. Let's get into your energies. The very first color that I picked up for you was like a combination of blues almost, and I saw this color right here. This one is called Lunar Blue. This is one of my favorite colors. I am so obsessed with this color. You guys have no idea. I'm feeling that you might not know about watercolors. Like, I'm just getting that. Some of you might not know about watercolor supplies and stuff. That's okay. The reason why I'm explaining it is because I'll show you what it looks like once it's on paper, and then hopefully pile number 3, I'm getting that you could be like quiet. You're somebody who's very quiet. Like, you could be my Pisces or Scorpio energy. INFJs I'm picking up. Or you don't talk much, or you're very quiet. I feel like you're the kind of person who minds their own business. Like, if you go to work or if you go to like school, you don't indulge in gossips or whatever, and you're just there. Like, you finish your job, you study, you know, you finish the tasks, whatever you're assigned to, and then you leave. Like, you won't waste your time doing anything else. That's what I'm feeling for you, pile number 3. I keep wanting to say pile number 2. I don't know why. I just finished their reading. This color always reminds me of the ocean. So I feel like you could take a lot of comfort from the ocean. You guys could be people that like living near a water body or want to live near a water body sometime in your life, I feel like that could be a good decision, pile number 3, if you're thinking about that. So far, I'm not getting anything. Your heart is just very quiet. Maybe your heart is like you too. Your energy is so peaceful and quiet that I'm losing myself in the colors and in the painting, and I'm realizing that I'm not speaking and I'm supposed to channel messages for you while I paint. Your energy just feels so serene, pile number 3. It's very nice to be in an energy like that for a change. Very happy you clicked on this reading, pile number 3. There is a certain glow to you, pile number 3. Don't know if you yourself have noticed this, but whoa, 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 whoa. I was not expecting for this color to be so invasive. I forgot how invasive this color really is. Straight up just took over your whole heart. Oh my god. I need to take less. Maybe this is how it wants it to be. This is giving me very much like Barbie vibes. Pile number 3. Is that one of your favorite movies? Pile number 3. Please tap me into the energy of pile number 3, please. Pile number 3, if you are sad or grieving the loss of something, or you are depressed, or there's some kind of sad energy in your life, if it is there currently, I feel like I'm being told to tell you that it's going to clear away. It's going to clear out. And I feel like it's going to be replaced by a lot of brightness, a lot of optimism, a lot of cheerfulness almost, I want to say. It's something that you're not expecting is what is coming. This is almost turning into like a future prediction kind of a reading. And I don't know why your heart is asking me to say that to you. But life is going to get better, pile number 2. I feel like you need to hear this. That is why it's coming through. Otherwise, it wouldn't come through. Life is going to get better for you, pile number 2. For whatever reason you believe that life is not going to get better for you, I feel like this is a confirmation. This is almost serving as like a reminder, as like a... Don't get too much in your head about this, like, because things are going to get better for you, pile number 2. I feel like there could be something specific you're worried about. Maybe it's, for some of you, it could be finances. For some of you, it could be a career. For some of you, it could be marriage. I feel like you guys want to get married, but you guys have not been able to find maybe a suitable partner that you are attracted to, and you're just wondering, you know, what's happening, what's going on here. And there's nothing that has gone wrong, first of all, so you need to know that firstly. And things are always working out in your favor, and spirit is saying that they know that doesn't, you know, that's not what it looks like, but things are working out and happening in your favor. I'm so sorry, I'm so quiet throughout your reading, but your heart is just so quiet, pile number. And of course, I don't mean this in a negative way. I mean this in a positive way. But your heart just seems like quiet, serene, you know, like doesn't want any trouble. Like that kind of, that's the kind of energy I'm picking up from you, from your heart. It's like you have gone through a lot of things in your past, and then your heart was like, nope, nope, we don't want that. We're done with that. Nope, we don't do that anymore. I'm done with that. That's very much the energy that I pick up from here. Yeah, you guys could definitely be my Scorpio pile, or wow, pile number 3. Your heart is so pretty. Okay, hold on. I don't think I have been speaking a lot, so let me just see what's there. What's going on with pile number 3, please? Any messages from pile number 3? Your heart only allows people that will respect. I feel like if somebody wants to come to you, if somebody wants to win your heart, they have to come at you correctly. If they come with the wrong emotions or with the wrong intentions, your heart is going to be like, no, 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 bye. That's the energy that I'm picking up from here. Do some of your names start with an A? Are you an Aries? I'm seeing an A on the tissue. Yeah. Don't know why I'm being shown that, but I was suddenly shown that. So you are an Aries, but you're introverted. So you could have some water sign mixed in. Because Aries people are not quiet. Pile number 3, I'm so sorry if you like I wasn't talking much throughout your pile, but I really get that your heart is really quiet. Like for pile number 1 and 2, I got such clear messages and there was so much that their heart wanted to say. And with you, it's like every time I try to tap in, it's like nothing. In fact, it's such a calm and serene energy. I'm almost feeling like I'm being made to put to sleep or something. And I'm just trying to concentrate and be like, you know, I'm here to channel messages. Like pile number 3 wants to hear something, but I'm just getting that, like, I don't get anything. I feel like this is the first time it's happened to me that I've spent so much time in a reading, not speaking much. But maybe you're here just to witness the process of what your heart looks like. Like this is the energy that I'm picking up: a lot of blue, a lot of pink, a lot of gold as well, a lot of silver as well. This is what it looks like up close. For whatever reason, pile number 3, but your heart doesn't want to let me in. Or maybe your heart doesn't like me. I feel like your heart is just aware that it needs to protect itself. And so every time I try to pick up on any energies, it's like I don't pick up anything in specific. Maybe you're just here to see the painting. Maybe you just skip to the end to watch what it looks like. For pile number 3, please. I'm not getting any resistance as such. Like your heart is not trying to push me away or something. Like it's not trying to fight with me. But I'm just not being shown anything in particular, like any specific messages for you. Maybe your heart doesn't want to say anything to you. I'm not getting that your heart is upset or has any negative emotions as such, or is holding on to any grudges as such. I'm just feeling that for whatever reason your heart is not opening itself to me, or maybe it doesn't have anything to communicate to you. I feel like that's the case. That is why there's not much coming through in the reading for you, pile number 3. And oh, I'm being told, like I'm being asked to tell you to not worry. Don't worry. Because there weren't many messages for you, right? Like, don't worry, it's nothing bad. Maybe your heart doesn't want to talk right now. That's a very interesting message. I did not pick something up like that from the previous piles. Pile number 3, I think this is it because I'm not getting anything so far. Let me offer a small prayer and see if anything shifts. Nope, still nothing. I'm so sorry, pile number 3. It seems like your heart has nothing to say. But this is what your heart looks like. I'm done painting it. If you guys want a free high-resolution image of this painting, once it's done drying, I can send it to you for free. Just let me know which pile you are, and I will send you the high-res images as soon as I can for free. I hope that it serves as a reminder for you to connect it to your heart. Why is that there was no messages here? This is very interesting. Let me ask some cards. This is the first time it's happening that I'm doing a tarot reading and there's no messages, like almost nothing. Isn't that interesting? You are an interesting person. Pile number 3. Let me grab my deck and see what's going on in your energy. We'll see why your heart has nothing to say to you today, right? Why does pile number 3's heart have nothing to say to them, please? Okay. We have 6 of Wands. Ooh. There's nothing left because you probably already know. So there's nothing like you need to be communicated from me, because you see how like channelers or people that do tarot readings function like almost like a bridge between spirit and you, right? You don't actually need us. You don't actually need a tarot reading to watch, to connect to your heart. And I feel like I'm getting like a high priestess energy from you where you are connected to your heart. So it's almost like you don't need me. Like you're independent. Like you can do it alone. You know what your heart wants. You know what your heart wants to communicate with you. And that's the reason why your heart is like, well, we don't need her. We have 3 of Cups as well. And the 10 of Cups in reversed. With the 10 of Cups reversed, it's possible that you could be feeling dejected for whatever reason. You could be feeling apathy. It's like you're numb to your feelings. Something bad happened, or maybe it didn't happen. Maybe this is a past event, but you're numb to your feelings. And that is why I can't pick up on your energy, because the primary way I tap, like I said, right, water is my primary medium of divination. So water is connected to emotions first and foremost. And I'm not picking emotions, any specific emotions from you. So I don't get any information from you. So that is why I couldn't pick it up. With the 6 of Wands and the 3, you see, coming out together. 3 2s are 6. So I feel like whatever you're feeling right now, like your success or your fame, your popularity, your victory is going to get doubled in the foreseeable future. It's going to get doubled in some way. So get out of this 10 of Cups energy, pile number 3, and connect back to your heart. So that connect back to your feelings. I feel like you need to learn how to feel and allow yourself to feel what you feel. You don't need to learn how to feel, some of you. You guys just need to allow yourself to feel what you feel. Maybe it's an emotion you're hiding away from, like you're running away from. And you need to allow yourself to just surrender to the emotion. Like, so even if it is pain, just surrender to it and allow yourself to feel it. You realize a tremendous thing. When you allow pain to kind of come over you, and you allow yourself to feel it, you realize that you're still there after it's left. And you realize that, wait a second, I thought that this was going to break me, you know, this pain. Like, that's why I was not allowing myself to feel it. Some of you, you guys could be into substance abuse. Not all of you, some of you. With the cups here also, and I just picked that up. And it's like you're very numb, pile number 3, and we have 3. Coincidence? Nope, don't think so. You could be Pisces, Neptunian ruled, because sometimes they'll have issues with addictions. Letting go of certain addictions. You need to let go of certain addiction. Maybe it is an addiction for you to not allow yourself to feel what you feel, and you need to let that go. Because it's a bad habit. And you're not supposed to keep it. Pile number 3. I think this is it for your reading. I'm not getting anything much. It's like your heart is almost like freezing, you know, like frozen. You know how, I think it's called cryotherapy, where they will take the eggs and freeze them. No, that's not cryotherapy. I don't know. But you know that practice where they will take certain cells of the body and they freeze it to preserve it? I feel like that's what you're doing with your heart. Like you're frozen yourself somehow. And that is why I'm not picking up anything. Like there's a certain coldness. There's nothing wrong or negative as such, but there's just a certain coldness, like Antarctica kind of cold, which is the South Pole, you guys. The coldest, one of the, like the North Pole and the South Pole obviously are the coldest regions on Earth because they're the furthest away from the sun. But you have the 6 of Wands here. So I feel like warmth needs to reach you. Warmth wants to reach you, but it cannot if you don't ask for help. So whatever is happening to you right now, whatever is going on in your life, pile number 3, please seek help. Please do not hesitate to reach out to somebody, pile number 3. Okay? I feel like this is something you can't do alone. So Spirit is also saying that this is something you cannot do alone. Please seek out somebody because you're going to be victorious. There's some kind of success or victory that wants to come to you. I feel like for a lot of you, it's career success. But it's not going to happen unless you come out of that freezing kind of energy. You deserve warmth. It's like, you know, the experience of being in a tropical forest would be completely different than living in Antarctica, right? And I feel like you deserve to be in Antarctica. No, I'm sorry. You deserve to be near the sun in the tropics. But I feel like you've made Antarctica your home because it came out of my mouth like that. Like you're very comfortable with this cold energy and you don't feel like there's anything wrong. So if that's the case, that's okay too. You don't have to, you know, take this reading. Like you don't have to. Maybe this reading is not going to be helpful to you, I feel. I feel like you're very comfortable where you are. For some of you, If you are uncomfortable and you want warmth, please seek it. Please seek help if that is what you need. Please, like, talk to your friends, get out of your room, you know. And if not, you know yourself best, pile number 3. So I'll leave it to you. So please take as it resonates, and please do what you think is best for you. Pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3, I'll see you in my next reading. I thank you for being here. If you want to book a personal reading with me, if you want to purchase a limited edition reading, you can do so by reaching out to me via 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮28@gmail.com. I'll leave it in the description so it's easy for you to access. And I thank your channeled painting heart, the cards, the water, the paint, the brushes, everything that I used today, for giving me all of this divine information to channel. This was one of the relaxing piles that I've done. I'm so happy to know you, pile number 3. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Please do not forget to take care of yourself. Bye.